Imagine trying to play a high-stakes basketball game where the court lines mean nothing. No referees, no fouls, and players running backwards. The game immediately devolves into a series of arguments and collisions. Scaling that up to an entire nation produces a catastrophic result. Without a baseline of agreed-upon rules, a society of millions fractures into competing, disconnected segments. To prevent this kind of collapse, a country relies on a supreme rulebook. We call this a constitution. It is the core operating system that ensures a society can function, survive, and grow. In 1947, India gained its independence, but shedding colonial rule created an immediate power vacuum. The nation needed an original, stabilizing legal framework to govern its territory and people. The Constituent Assembly formed in 1946 to meet this need. Representatives from diverse regions and communities across the subcontinent gathered for years of intense, detailed debates to engineer the country's new laws. Leading this effort was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. As the chairman of the drafting committee, he served as the chief architect of the new national blueprint. This manuscript proves the depth of that work. You are looking at Dr. Ambedkar's own handwriting as he meticulously tackled complex social issues, including the origins and abolition of untouchability. The Assembly finalized and adopted the text on November 26, 1949. 2 months later, on January 26, 1950, the document officially came into force, a date we now celebrate as Republic Day. Through nearly 3 years of effort, this team engineered the longest, most detailed written national constitution in the world. They built a master blueprint designed to unify a massive, diverse republic. The preamble is the document's mission statement, establishing that authority derives from we the people. The blueprint defines the state with 5 terms: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. From this foundation, it projects 4 core targets: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The preamble acts as the strict philosophical criteria by which all future Indian laws and government policies are measured. This scale represents how the Constitution handles individual power. It establishes fundamental rights, protecting citizens from oppression. These include the right to equality, freedom of speech, and the right against exploitation. It also guarantees freedom of religion, cultural rights, and free education. If rights are violated, the right to constitutional remedies allows citizens to approach courts directly. To maintain balance, the document includes fundamental duties. Citizens must respect the national flag, protect the environment, and promote harmony. The Constitution treats citizenship as an equilibrium. You maintain the shield of individual rights by powering the engine of civic duties. This pyramid illustrates how the blueprint distributes power to prevent authoritarian rule. Authority flows vertically from the central governments at the top to state governments and finally to local panchayats and municipalities at the base. Power is also divided horizontally through 3 distinct organs. The legislature makes laws, the executive implements them, and the judiciary interprets them. The judiciary acts as an independent referee, resolving disputes and ensuring all branches obey the Constitution. The framers also included the directive principles of state policy. These guidelines instruct the government to prioritize social justice and build a welfare state that improves the lives of its citizens. By dividing authority and providing clear instructions, the blueprint secures the government's role as a servant of the people. This photograph of a woman at a voting booth shows the blueprint in action. Through universal adult franchise, the Constitution granted every adult citizen equal voting power, regardless of gender or social status. We see the welfare state materializing today when children exercise their right to education, or when courts enforce equal pay for men and women. This system survives through constant application. It requires independent courts to enforce justice and separate branches of government to hold each other accountable. The Indian Constitution functions as a living operating system. It relies on citizens who know their rights, perform their duties, and actively participate in the democratic process.